the economies don't work without price stability. We need that to have a strong labor market for an extended period of time. We need it for financial stability, so we must do that.
The market has 3 50 basis point hikes coming in the next 3 meetings as of this morning. Is that reasonable?
So I try not to comment on specific market pricing for things, but I will just say this: at our last meeting, and this was in the minutes from the meeting, many on the committee thought it would be appropriate for there to be 1 or more 50 basis point hikes.
Are you one of those?
All right, so we see Chairman Fed Powell speaking. Just wanted to kind of add that clip in because it's important to understand why we trade, why these moves are happening. If you're just a technical trader, you're going to miss half of the equation. If you're just a fundamental trader, you're going to miss half of the equation. We have to merge technicals and fundamentals together. Okay. For example, I'm going to go back to yesterday on Netflix. On Netflix, we got the exact move that we were looking for. I mean, it played out perfectly. Okay. But whenever we sold, realized that, you know, there were no green, there was never a threat for this to move up. We didn't know Bill Ackman, okay, right here, we didn't know Bill Ackman was blowing out the bid and liquidating his entire 3 million shares. So that's why it couldn't recover. And then we also didn't know that Netflix got 9 downgrades. Okay, so 9 downgrades with Netflix. I mean, there's no way that this can have any buying pressure in order to shake us out of this short position or this put position. So again, whenever we seen Netflix do this, like I said, we bought puts here, and we could have made a whole lot more. We got 3,000%, but we could have made a lot more. But I'm bringing this together to show people, to show you how important the fundamentals and the why goes hand in hand with the what. Okay, and so whenever we're looking at, I saw nine downgrades. Okay, when this market opens and we get a little pop, okay, 9 downgrades is going to keep me in here knowing that these hedge funds and these institutions are getting out. Okay, even if I get a little pop, which is this is where we got stopped out right here at 242 in the money, 250 puts, but we missed an extra. We sold out at 1,300, and these ended up going to $4,000. Okay, by the time it hit rock bottom. So if we would have known all of these things, Bill Ackman, if we would have known that that Kathy Wood was selling, that all these things were happening, we could have had the wherewithal to stay put. All right. Now let's fast forward to Tesla. With Tesla, we were trading. We were trading puts on Tesla. Okay. So let's look at what happened. First of all, we bought 1050 puts. Okay, and we illustrated this in our premium options chat. I bought 1005 puts lottery. Okay, at 9:48 p.m. 9:48 a.m. Okay. So by the time we bought, these were $50 out of the money, which were $200. It was $200 for the puts that we bought, okay? But they were 1005 puts, okay? Now you see right now they are 1150. 1150 on the ash for these puts that we paid $200 for. But at the peak they hit. At the peak, once we hit the low of the day, down here, these options were trading for $1,800 that we paid $200 for. Now let's go back and look again at why we should have held on if we would have had a little bit more information. So eventually we get stopped out it gets stopped out right here, because actually we got stopped out right here when the market hit a double bottom, all right, at 10:30, and then we rallied all the way up to 10:41. That was just too much to give back. I mean, a $10 move is huge when trading options, okay? But we didn't realize that the Fed was talking at that particular time, and on top of that, the market was getting crushed even more than Tesla was. So the first thing I thought about when Tesla was up at 1090, we needed short. When SPY hit 450, first thing I thought about was buying puts, because there's no way with all of this resistance that SPY can continue. Look at all this resistance here, 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 here. There's no way that it can continue to rally. And of course, we got this move. Look at this move right here. This move means something major is happening. You got a bearish engulfing. The last time we engulfed, last time we got a bearish engulfing, we ended up testing the low. So I'm going to take this off, move this, move this. Oh, shoot, no. Remove this drawing and remove this drawing. All right, removing the drawing so we can see better. All right, so the last time that I seen, so right when we see 443, when we see 443s, we should expect when it finally engulfs, we should expect 437. We should expect this support and resistance area, because I said this before, that the 437 area will support, in this range between 445 and 437 is continuing to play out. So we engulfed, Russia invaded Ukraine, and we dipped from 432 all the way to 412. You make a fortune on that, and we actually had a piece of it. So back to the back to the Fed speaking. Fed said a hike of 50 basis points is possible. Okay, he said this is possible. All right, USs are trading lower after Fed Powell said a rate hike of, this was at 127. Okay, so this, knowing what's going on, will give, we should have broadcasted the whole thing. Knowing what's going on, Tesla, knowing what's going on gives us the luxury of hanging in here, knowing that we are going lower because of the news of the global macro major factor of inflation and the Fed raising rates. Okay, so when we get this little pop, we can stay put and let it ride a little bit lower. Eventually it flushed again. 230 was support. What we were thinking was 1050. Once we broke below 1050, as long as we didn't break back, we were fine, and I put that there. So once we finally broke here, we were up, down, up, down. Once we finally broke 1050, I entered. Okay, they tried to push it up to 1050, a little bit over 1050. It got rejected, and then we made lower lows all the way down to 1030. This is where we sold out right here. We sold out right around here because it confirmed the bottom and the reversal, but the reversal was short-lived. So again, we got an opportunity to hang in there, even when we get a pop to 1040, because we know that some more bad news is coming, and then we go from 1040 all the way to 990. Again, these puts ended up being $1,800 from $200. So again, this is what we were thinking. Tesla as great as they were, this was a perfect shorting opportunity. I'm going to go over Apple in just a second. It's a perfect shorting opportunity because look where this ended up. Way too high, way too overextended in a bearish market like we are. And so once we almost hit 1100, we should have been short and turned $100 into probably $2,500 is what we could have done. Okay, so just pay attention to macroeconomics. Pay attention to what the Fed's doing, the SPY's doing, because it can save you a lot of money or gain you a lot of money. All right, that's the video. Hope you learned something. Email me if you got any questions. But once again, SPY is, you got to look at these ranges. Even if you break down the 60-minute, then you will see where the support. And we look at this, pull right down to support this channel all the way from 450 to 435, 434. So I'm expecting a big bounce tomorrow. Expecting a pretty big bounce all the way up to at least 443, and then but we may get an even bigger bounce or a bigger rally if these 50 basis points are priced in. All right, pay attention to the market, move with the market, start green, stay green, cut your losses if not, and follow your rules.